What's up, everybody? I am an extremely tired Tim at Rat Daddy Studios, checking in with you guys. My ass is dragging. I'm only working 6 hours at my office right now, but today I got my ass handed to me. I just absolutely swamped. No lunch, and people right to the very end. It just kicked my butt. But anyway, it's what do you buy? What did you buy Wednesday? I'm doing this Tuesday night, but it's what did you buy Wednesday? This is sponsored by Joe over at Big Sky Model Works. I think I got it right, Joe. I'm sorry. I can't remember all this crap. I'm sorry. I just can't. So anyway, let's get to it. I'll show you that and a few projects I got going on. So let me see here. Let's roll right in here. So, all right. So we're gonna do the what did you buy stuff first. So, made my first purchase from MCV. A lot of you guys have recommended this company, and yeah, I just decided time to. I was watching one of JT's videos, trying to get caught up on some of you guys' videos. Watching one of JT's, and he was showing some of these carburetors, which I really liked. Super nice detail. These are amazing. I mean, they've just got, you know, all of the little fuel lines and everything in there. So I ordered those. I wanted some of those, and then he sent me a free package of some different carburetors. So I was stoked on that one. Obviously, I've got this big decal sheet of Sody Pops, and I think half of these are still around, but some early logos from some of this stuff. So these are kind of cool. So I thought that's something I could do something with at some point. And I bought 3 of these tachometers. You know, they have the shift light and stuff in them. I picked those up. Nicely done. This was a great part though. Supercharged big block Chevy. Oh yeah, and this is a black box print, black box STI print. So really nice. This is going into one of those 125th boats that I've got. So I'm going to put the tunnel ram that came with it in the one boat, and then Joe had made me almost a complete second boat because he had some printing issues, and he sent me the hull and most of the components to go to it, including I think the drive line that should bolt up to this. So I'm really stoked to get this. These are just such nice, you know, just awesome prints. So really happy. I will say too, prices were great. This is, you know, a lot of the 3D print places, I hate to say it, are really gouging, and everything here was super affordable. I mean, a lot. I mean, I thought it was great prices. Got these cool little foot pedal gas pedals that are shaped like the old the Moon Eyes foot. That's great. Got a nice set of headers, which I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to need in the way of headers for that boat, and I thought I might want to change things up. Of course, you have to invert them on the boat, so I was looking for something, maybe some different angles, different dump angles. So just grab those, but at any rate, I'll use them on something because they're just cool. I got a couple of seats, you know, racing bucket seats, and I really like this. This is a like a whole rack of different shift knobs, and I mean, there's just anything you could think of, including a set of brass knuckles in there, and some different configurations. The old school. There's some pistol grips in there, some regular Hurst shifters. There's some in there that have like line lock and stuff on them, I think. So really cool. These are really well done. So very happy to get that. And where are my voices? Holy camole. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure that didn't shut off. Where are we on? Yes, we're still running. Jeez, sorry, guys. My bad. Okay. And something else I got in the mail that I didn't buy. This just blew me away. I get this big cardboard package, and in this big cardboard package is this print from Dave Deal. Some of Dave's artwork. This was a gift from Diane Deal Tollefson, who is Dave Deal's sister. Diane's been following me on Facebook for a while, and Travis, Dave's son. Travis had sent me that original piece of artwork that I showed you guys maybe a month or so ago. This is just a really cool print. And of course I love the bugs, you know, so this is right up my alley. She sent me that. And whoops. These are Dave Deal Kool caps. My son used to call these pogs, you know, and that was a thing, I think, like in the 90s, 2000s, but they're almost like bottle cap type things, and a lot of Dave Deal art on each one of these, and I love the foil printing on a lot of them too. So just really, really cool. And there's a separate little, like a little 4-card with some more Dave's art on it. So, but these are just really neat as hell. I mean, there's just so much to look at on these. Of course, some of my favorite stuff. This one, I don't know if you can see that very well, but this was one of my favorite ones. This was like, I think it was the Bug House. It was in one of their ads, Mr. VW, and it was kind of like the little tank driver in the Swine Hunt, which I'm going to show you that in a minute, with a Volkswagen motor like hanging off his back. It's really cool artwork, you know. So I love that one. So that's there. Of course, you get some of the other ones, like the Trans Am is in here. What else? We got the 57 Chevys here, the Camaro. What else we got? There's, of course, there's some other stuff. Firebirds, motorcycles. There's Dave himself, Dave's signature. Big deal. He always put that on everything. Lots of Volkswagen stuff. Dave did a lot of Volk stuff. A lot of dirt bikes. There's 57 Nomad. There's some monsters, and of course there's some other stuff. There's like a 34, I think. What does it say? A-Bone on it. Yeah, there's a little pickup truck down there. There's another bug, off-road bug. So really, just really cool stuff. So, total surprise. I mean, that just blew me away. Chuck Darnell is pretty tight with Diane. I think they converse fairly often, and she knows we're both huge fans of Dave's art and the models. Of course, we grew up with those models, and we really love them. So, so we'll go to the next thing, also concerning Dave Deal stuff. So let's get down here, take a looky here. Redirect my light just a little bit because it's blinding me. So I'm making a little progress on the funny car. So I managed to, I got all the chrome parts redone. Fingerprint on there. I should get that off of there because that can actually affect that. Staying on there, the oils from my skin. So I did, the last thing I did was the blower drive. I did that, I think, yesterday evening or somewhere in there. I got to touch it up just a little bit around the front there with the chrome pen. But yeah, I reshot all the chrome on the blower, the valve covers, the scoop. It was just deplorably toast. So got a little bit of touch up and a few spots on the engine block to do here, where I kind of nicked the blue. So I'll have to spray a little paint from the rattle can into the lid. So so that's coming along there. And let's see, what else did I do? I did the chrome in the headlight area. The grill light already blacked out, and I did the tail lights. Painted the chute. Did the tail lights. I have to go back over them again. I missed a few areas, hard to get to on the inside there, so I missed a few little areas, so I've got to go in and fix that. I'm going to leave the bumper body color. I'm not going to foil it. I started looking at it, and I don't think I'm going to like it if I try to chrome it. So I just went on and chromed the tail lights. I'm going to leave the bumper, you know, body color. I like the way it looks right now. I'm going with it. So that's that one. Finished this little square body ride-on. I had chromed all the frame and the engine, and I painted the tires and stuff up. Did a little chrome trim around the tail lights after I did those with the Molotov pen, and same with the headlights. Did that. So yeah, so you got a square body pickup fender that you can ride on. So that's gonna go. This is an eBay find. I think it's pretty cool looking. It's weird, but it's cool. A little foot peg sticking out, a little exhaust pipe. So but yeah, that's done. So that'll go on my diorama, which I've got to at some point I'd like to bring the diorama upstairs here, get it on my wife's big sewing table here, so I can really just go after it and see if there's anything that needs repair and cleaning on it. And I've got so many things finished that need to go in there, and I haven't touched it in a year, and I feel bad about that, but yeah, what are you gonna do? And rolling along with Deal's Wheels, Chuck had sent me this, I think right before I had surgery. We had done some trading back and forth, and he always, anytime I send him something, he always feels like he has to send me something back. So this is a swine hunt tank, which is just about impossible to get at any kind of decent price. And this was a built up, and believe it or not, this was my built up that I built probably at least 25 years ago, if not longer. And this might even go back to when I was building my hot rod in 2000, because I sold a bunch of my stuff, sold a lot of my collections off, and I think my Deal's Wheels were some of that sell, or it might have been a few years after that. But anyway, this went to an old buddy of mine, Hale Whistler, who's down, and I can't remember if I sold it, if he got it off of eBay or if I just sold it to him directly. I don't remember that. It's just been too long. But he had it for a very, very long time. And in his usual wheeling and dealing, somehow Chuck ended up with it. He's had it for several years. And he just recently scored a sealed kit, and I think he scored another builder that was in pretty good condition. So he just sent me this out of the blue. So it has come home, and it was kind of dusty and dirty and a little banged up, but stick the body back on there. But I took a big paintbrush to it this morning and dusted it all off. The paint's perfect on it. Of course, the chrome's getting kind of ratty looking. Of course, it's 50 years old, but you know what? It's a tank. Instead of blowing the whole thing apart and completely restoring it, I'm leaving it just the way it is with some little patina on the chrome parts. A lot of it's, you know, fairly shiny, but, you know, hey, for its age, it's done well. So got to mount the body back on it. Got to put the little whip antenna on there. I've got one of the driving lights broke off. The Stinger exhaust tip has disappeared, which is basically just a little curve with a really just kind of one of the same kind of tips as on the carburetor velocity stacks. It's almost the exact same part. So I'll come up with something for that, but I will have a swine hunt back in my collection again. They're really hard to find. I mean, it just, the prices that, God, this is another one I just really wish for a reissue, because it's just so off the charts expensive. I mean, even a builder's, you know, $50, $75, $100 just for a piece of crap or part. So very pleased to have this back in here. I'm going to do a little repainting, probably on the face, you know, maybe do a little more. I'm not sure, but and the reason I absolutely knew this was mine was this green piece of thread that is attached to the little cork in the barrel, and I added this little coil of wire to the old school antique telephone that's on the back of it. I had added that little coil of wire in there, so that made it absolutely positively proof that it was the one that I had built, which I had no doubt anyway, but that was like the icing on the cake. So that's what I got for you right now on this What Did You Buy Wednesday. Still waiting on my kits to show up from Canada. I'm not sure how long it takes for that stuff to go through customs now. So, and she sent me the tracking numbers. I need to look it up, I guess, and see where they're at or see what's happening with them. But I think it's usually a couple weeks in customs. So, just have to wait and see when they arrive here. Other than that, I think that's everything. So it's a lot going on for my week of going back to work. So it's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm gonna go to bed because what that was, I am absolutely pooped. So I will see you guys in a few days, hopefully. I'm thinking this thing's gonna probably be done soon, as I've been just doing a little bit of work on it every night. Just, I'm not rushing it because I want it to come out as good as I could possibly can get it, but down to the last few parts on that and the little tank. So probably get both of those put together this week, and start figuring out what we'll do next. So I'm really pretty sure I'm gonna dive into those kits from Frankie's Hobbies when they get here, because I just can't wait to start working on that big gremlin thing. So I think that's gonna be awesome. So anyway, all right, guys. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I don't think so. I hope you guys are all building and doing well. Oh, one thing I did want to say, thoughts and prayers for Bruce and Dan, BK Models, and of course 60s Rule, Dan's channel. God, my heart goes out to those guys, both losing their sons, and I just can't even imagine. I mean, I've got 3 daughters and a son who I love all of them dearly. I would hate to lose any one of them, but I just can't even imagine. Please keep those guys in your thoughts and prayers. And I think it's Bruce, or might be, God, I'm sorry, might be Butch. I think it might be Butch. I'm so bad with names, I apologize. But BK Models. So please keep those folks and their families in your thoughts and prayers. And it's just got to be devastating. I can't even imagine what they're going through right now, and my heart goes out to them. It really does. I really hate it. But anyway, okay, guys. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you in a couple days. All right, take it easy.